tonight's CIS Sac Joaquin section Division III semifinal playoff game. Tonight's game is between the Thunder of Buhach Colony High School and your Placer Hillmen. Meeting in midfield are the captain for both teams. For the Thunder, number 5, Nate Ruiz. Number 7, O'Shea Ward. Number 70, Tomas Sandoval. And number 76, Jacob Herrera. For your Hillmen, number 7, Jesse Wiggum. Number 25, Hans Grossman. Number 52, Evan Robinson. And number 73, Kyle Christensen.
Sounds that way, huh?
Placer has one defers the choice, and they're going to kick this way.
This is Jackson Savings, class of 2020, right guard, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
And welcome to the CIF Sac Joaquin Section Division III football playoffs. The semifinal tonight, the 2-seed Placer Hillmen taking on the 3-seed Buhach Colony Thunder. Casey Freelove alongside Dave Rosenthal from beautiful Lefevre Stadium in Auburn, California. A packed house here tonight to see if the Hillmen can advance to their 4th consecutive section championship game. Our game time temperature 53 degrees under clear skies, and we are ready to go. Placer has won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will be kicking off. Alex Bond about ready to get things underway for the Hillmen. Placer out here tonight in their gray uniforms. That's gray pants and jerseys, green numbers outlined in gold, green and gold helmets. And here's the squib kick by Bond on the first kick, and it's going to just kind of die at the 35. It's picked up by the Thunder there. It's brought up to the 36, and then immediately gang tackled by the Hillmen is number 22 for Buhach. That's Anthony Berry. So the Colony out here in black pants, white jerseys. They've got black numbers outlined in gold, and gold, or actually I should say white helmets with a little bit of black and gold touch up top as well. They will be moving from right to left here in the first quarter tonight. Your Placer captains before the game: Kyle Christensen, Evan Robinson, Jesse Wiggum, and Hans Grossman. Smallwood and the Thunder ready to go here. It's going to be a handoff. Hillmen coming into the backfield and making a play behind the line of scrimmage. Great job of rushing in there by the Hillmen. Lead tackler on that one, Logan Groth. And the running back is going to be dropped for a loss.
Who was the running back? Can we tell?
Okay, and the 5-yard loss by Euless Dixon III. So a 5-yard setback here already for the Thunder, moving from right to left as we get this section semifinal underway. The ball is at the 22-yard line on the near hash.
And I feel for my partner tonight, these uniforms on Buhach Colony are a nightmare to see.
We're going to lean on our spotter, Nick Turner, who does a great job for us because these uniforms are darn near impossible to spot from up here in the booth. They probably did that on purpose. Coming up from Atwater, undefeated 11-0 league champions, and the 3-seed as they run right into the line of scrimmage with Captain Nate Ruiz. Not much doing there. He's going to pick up 3 yards before he's met by Noah Cardelli. 3rd down and 12 upcoming.
So they didn't even get that back to the original line. on that one, but they are trying the middle of that Placer defense. We know they're a running team. That's the game they're coming to play. Although, as we heard the other night, they will try some trickeration via the passing game.
So the Thunder 11-0, 6-0 in the Central California Conference, led by head coach Kevin Navarra. And they pretty much stomped out Roseville last week, but a different animal waiting for him up here on the hill in the form of the Placer Hillmen defense, which we'll set here momentarily. Smallwood back there in the pistol, takes the handoff, now pulls it down. He's going to look to run. He's got pressure on him. He's going to have to try and throw it out of bounds, look for a receiver so there won't be grounding, but a great job of just blasting through the line by Micah Yoakum, along with, let's see, who else was in there? Christensen, and now we've got a flag.
I'm going to guess it's going to be a hold because they were chasing, and there's no way it could be on Placer. And they're going to decline that.
Holding. Offense.
Yeah, they'll decline that.
Is declined.
Fourth down.
Fourth down.
So it's fourth and punt. We'll have to set the Hillman defensive unit on the next series because Placer's forced a 3 and out, and that is good news for the Hillman faithful. Of course, Placer coming off a thrilling 31-28 victory against the Yuba City Honkers last week in this very stadium. And I'll tell you what, if last week people maybe weren't as excited as we were accustomed to, they certainly are this week. We've got a full house, and folks are ready to go here as Placer's about to get the ball for the first time on offense. Nate Russell awaits the kick back at his own 43-yard line. And they'll switch it up with their punters. They're going to go with number 21 here. Trey Pastor will kick it, and Russell's going to call for the fair catch, makes it right around the 40-yard line. So Placer will have excellent starting field position. Let's see if they put it down to the 39 or the 40. They'll move it back to the 38, but the Hillmen take over on their first series with 10:17 left here in the first quarter. Placer moving from right to left. Let's set the offense. Quarterback Martin Haswell. Jesse Wiggum, your running back. Hans Grossman at fullback. Logan Groth in the wing. You've got Mitchell Moore, your tight end. Center Kyle Christensen. Right guard Jack Sabins. Right tackle Big Mike Callis. Left guard, left tackle. And we are ready to go here as Placer has it. First down and 10. They'll bring a two-receiver look, and actually Hollitz gets the start at receiver. Good to see him in there. Hand it off to Grossman, going straight ahead. Barrels right into the linebacker. It takes it up to the 42-yard line. Gain of 4 on first down. Tackle made by Tyler Lopez.
Let's get you the men in stripes tonight. The referee is Tommy Stort. The umpire Ed Caton. Abraham Samuel, the linesman. Line judge Victor Wilson, and back judge Lennon Del Castillo.
So it looks like Logelin got the start rather than Groth in the wing, but they'll have a bunch of rotations as you might expect tonight. And now you've got Sam Bender checking in. He'll take the handoff, and he's met in the backfield, almost fumbled it. Nate Ruiz bursting through the line and throwing him all the way back to the 35-yard line for a 7-yard loss. Great job by the captain there for Buhach. Blasted the line.
Yeah, and that was Jesse Wiggum's responsibility, and he got him turned sideways and kind of undercut him and right into the ball carrier.
So third down and 12 for the Hillmen, moving from left to right on this opening drive. Austin Hollitz, a bit of a scary situation last week. He was taken off by ambulance, but I'm happy to report not only is he healthy, but he started tonight. He looks fine out there. It was only for precautionary measures, so everybody at home doesn't worry. Split backs behind. Haswell's going to pull it down, let it fly to the top. He's got a receiver there. The catch is made, and going for a first down and more. Jesse Wiggum taking it into Thunder territory. Finally brought down at the 47-yard line. So that is going to be a big gain there of 15 yards and a first down for the Hillmen.
Well, just a little.
That's going to be 18 yards and a first
Snuck
down.
him out of the backfield on that little mini wheel right there, and Martin pulled it down and just got a little touch pass over the top. Just lobbed it right into Jesse's hands. In full stride, turned it up, and Lightning went up the sideline for 18.
First and 10, ball on the far hash for Placer. Split backs behind, fake it to Grossman, hand it off to Jesse, going straight ahead, and he barrels his way forward to the 43-yard line. So a gain of 4. Tackle on the play made by Captain O'Shea Ward and Samari Russo. O'Shea Ward, by the way, Dave, we've got our own special tackler in Evan Robinson. O'Shea Ward, 87 tackles to lead the Thunder. So second down and 5 upcoming for the Hillmen. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Thunder on the far hash. And Haswell and company ready to go. Wiggum there in the wing. Grossman the lone back. Now they'll motion Jesse to the backfield. Here's the handoff straight ahead to Hans, and he pushes the pile forward.
Still pushing that pile.
Still pushing. He's got a first down. What a great job by Hans. Pushing that pile all the way down to the 36-yard line. So a gain of 6 yards before he's finally tackled by Brandon Veenstra and Angelo Clements.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this Buhach Colony team adjusts to this wing T. So far, all they've really seen from it is one sweep series, and everything else has been dive.
Well, the vaunted wing tee on display once again. One of the hardest offenses to prepare for in the section, especially when you're accustomed to going against pistol spread teams. Nothing like it. That's why Placer's been so successful on this run of 8 straight league championships and looking to head back to the section final for the 4th consecutive year. Handed off to Wiggum over the left side, and he's able to grind his way out for a gain of 2 yards before he's tackled by Jacob Tenori. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. So Dave, well, I will say this. These kids are very social media savvy. I've seen a lot of chatter coming out of Atwater, California. I didn't even know where Atwater was before tonight, but now we've got them talking quite a bit.
Google Maps, baby. Got to go Google Maps to find out where Atwater is.
Down near Merced. And this school opened in 2001, so in their, I guess, 18th year of play. Here's a handoff to Logelin. Breaks the tackle, and Dillon's able to push towards the linebackers. Good job at turning nothing into something, and he takes it up to the 31-yard line for a 3-yard gain before he's tackled by the linebacker Tenori.
And that time they were going for ball hunting, too. You notice as he spun around, a couple guys in there trying to grab the ball away from Dillon. Dillon didn't have a carry last year.
One off
last
there,
week, I
Dave.
should say.
Give him 2 on that.
So a couple yards for Dillon. That's going to bring up a 3rd and
5. Very manageable right in the middle of the field at the 32-yard line. Haswell ready to go with Grossman behind. Handed off to Hans, going straight forward. He's not going to get it. His legs
maybe
were cut
a
out.
Yard
He
or
probably
2.
picked up 2. Take it down to the 29-yard, well, 3 yards to the 29-yard line. And it'll bring up, well, let's make sure here. Dave, just give him 2 on that. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 3. So manageable for sure.
4th and 3, but you're in go territory.
Absolutely. The ball is down at the 29-yard, well, between the 30 and the 29. The line to make basically just shy of the 31.
Let's see how savvy Martin Haswell is on this one. Nope, they're just going to go for it.
Handed off to Grossman. He's not going to get it. The Thunder are there. Lead tackler on the play, Nate Ruiz, joined by Brandon Vistra. Grossman with the no gainer, and Buhach's going to take over on down. So good job there by the defense, standing up the biggest player in our section, one of the best in the Sac-Joaquin section. The Thunder will take over with 6:18 left here in the first quarter on their 2nd drive. By the way, we didn't set that Placer defense earlier. Let's do that for you now. Of course, you got Micah Yoakum and Mitchell Moore, your ends. Tackle Chase Esty and Jaden DeRoche. You'll see Keith Messerall, Noah Cardelli, and the FDL Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Robinson at linebacker, Nate Russell and Adrian Monroe, your corners, Logan Groth and Andy Alvarez at safety. And now Smallwood's going to hand it off. Going over the far side for a tiny little gain there is number 7, O'Shea Ward. He'll pick up 3 yards before he's tackled by the Hillman, Micah Yoakum. So O'Shea Ward, I didn't even have on my offensive cheat sheet, Dave, and this team likes to move a lot of players around on offense, so I guess we'll expect to see him a little bit in the running back position, a 3-yard gain there. 2nd down and 7 upcoming from the 32-yard line. Colony moving from right to left, ball in the near hash. Split backs behind, now handed off to one of the best players on this team, number 21, Trey Pastor. He's headed to Cal Berkeley, and he's also headed up for a 1st down as he takes it to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 11 yards before he's pushed out of bounds by Andy Alvarez.
That's a big fella coming around that corner right there, and he was just loping, so to speak, around the corner. By the way, that Placer truncated drive, 9 plays, they moved it 32 yards, gave it over on downs, but 4 minutes on the clock, and we're approaching the 5:40 mark already here in the first quarter.
Expect this game to move a lot, folks. Buhach Colony likes to run it just as much as the Hillmen do, albeit out of different formations. Single receiver up top, split backs behind Smallwood. It's going to be a handoff going over the far side is Dixon, and Dixon is going to be able to pick up a yard and no more before he runs into the awaiting arms of Chase Esty.
Interesting to hear the cowbells. At most of these games they outlaw the cowbell, but the Placer folks don't seem to go for that rule here in the section.
Now this number 23, Ulyss Dixon, is one of the most dangerous return men in the north end of the state, Dave. I believe he has 3 returns for touchdowns this year, and it was interesting to see what Bond did with that squib kick on the opening play. 2nd down and 9 from the 44, split backs behind Smallwood. He takes a 3-step drop, he's going to throw it up top. Catch is made by Ruiz, eludes one of the defenders, takes it into Hillman territory for a 1st down and more. Finally driven out of bounds at the 40. Let's see, what do we got there?
Looks like the 42.
43, 42. So that'll be a 12-yard gain there for Mr. Ruiz at a 1st down.
That was a straight pass play.
Buhach.
They just got that ball, dropped straight back, looked out to the outside, got one-on-one coverage, and let Ruiz go to work with some open space.
4:48 left here in the first quarter, scoreless tie. Omar Smallwood and the Buhach Colony Thunder ready to go here. They'll motion the receiver from the top of the formation. Now handed off to Ruiz, straight ahead, runs into 4 Hillmen, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Got Grossman in on the play, and of course Evan Robinson, who will be calling constantly tonight. Evan, good to visit with him in studio on Thursday. What a great young man and just a physical, fun football player to watch, Dave.
He loves the game, and he's a student of the game. If you heard the interview at all, you heard everything which way possible about getting that game-winning block last week on that field goal. It was all good stuff.
So again, expect this thing to move fast. I was looking at the Thunder's totals from last week. They put up 539 yards, 473 on the ground, and just 66 through the air. So they are a run-heavy offense. Smallwood ready to go. Now he is going to let it fly. Back to Ruiz, catches it at the 40-yard line, runs right in to Keith Messerall, and he's able to take it down to the 39-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Good job there by Keith, just kind of wrapping him up. Let him get the ball, but make sure you hit him hard.
And that's what Joey emphasized in the pregame. You got to tackle this week. They've got guys, if they make you miss, they can take it to the house. They've got real good skilled people on the outside. They've got to be real good on their tackling tonight, and so far they have.
3rd down and 7. Ball at the Hillman 39-yard line on the near far hash, I should say. Clock running down near 3:30 left in a scoreless first quarter. The Colony went 3 and out on their first drive, and now here they are on their second drive looking to convert this play. Now they motion. It looked like the right guard, number 78, jumped, and that's going to be 5 yards back. So Dominic Baez jumps, and it's going to cost them 5. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 12.
And our referee, Tommy Stewart, I don't think he realizes you got to turn the mic on each and every time, Tom.
Yes, please turn on the mic. That's why we brought the crowd microphone, and that's why our engineer, Brad Smith, and junior engineer, Lila, with us as always, help get that thing going. By the way, shout out to Tarek Ansari, our producer back in the studio. He'll be getting your Roseville Auto Mall scoreboard updates throughout the game. Big time round, the final 4 of the Sac Joaquin section across all divisions tonight except for 7, who's playing their title game down in the Central Valley. So 3rd and 12 for Smallwood. He goes up under center, 2 backs behind, long on the count. Now he's going to pitch it, and that's not going to be much. They're going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe another yard. 4-yard gain there for number 22, Anthony Berry, but it's going to be 4th and 8.
And I think they're going to kick it away here, or are they going to try to go for it on that 4th and 8? And it looks like a long 9, short 8. Well, I don't see a punter coming into the game, do you?
Now,
here they come.
As far as their punter, by the way, Dave, I was going to mention, they use the quarterback Smallwood and Trey Pastor, the running back, as well. So you do have options kind of on every 4th down play.
And that looks like Pastor back there right now, and that's a guy you got to keep an eye on, because with a running start, 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you better have good contain, because this fellow looks like he can make something happen.
Nate Russell's back at his own 8-yard line. Pastor awaits the snap at his own 46. Placer doing a good job of shutting him down after that one big play. And that's a terrible kick high into the Auburn Knight. It's barely going to get back to the line to make.
I don't think it's going to get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to square that up. That might be a 0-yard punt.
So Trey Pastor kicked it off the right side of his foot, and we're still waiting for the referees to put it down officially.
Looks like it's going to be an 8-yard punt. Wow.
Now, Pastor was averaging 25.3 yards per punt. Obviously, that one's a bit of a shank. It happens to everybody, but that's going to help out the Placer cause as the Hillmen have the ball in great field position, taking over with 2:15 left in the first quarter at their own 39-yard line. Thank you, Dan Wilson, for asking the referee to help us all out up here in the booth. We appreciate that. 1st and 10 for the Hillmen on this second drive. Here's a handoff going to Logan Groff, dives right into the pile. And just a gain of 1 there before he's met by a whole bunch of Thunder in the middle of the pack. Ward, the lead tackler.
So Logan gets his, second touch of the game at -7 on the first one, so still in that negatory territory. Biggest play so far this game is that little pass out in the flat to Jesse Wiggum for a pickup of 18. Other than that, it's been dribs and drabs for the Hillmen so far.
2nd down and 9 upcoming. Clock already down to $1:45 left here in the first quarter in a scoreless tie. A lot of run-heavy offense means it's going to be a fast-moving ball game. Haswell under center, Grossman and Wiggum behind, and that play's not going anywhere. Back to the line, back to the line, and it's going to be a no-gainer there for Wiggum. The initial tackler, Jacob Tenori.
So 2 plays and just a 1-yard gain is going to bring up that 3rd and long, and in a situation, the Hillmen don't like to be in that 3rd and pass situation. And it looks like they're going to use one of their better corners going man-to-man on whoever's ever coming in to play receiver. And as you know, the Hillmen usually just run that one receiver set. And right now, it looks like it's going to be Austin Hollitz, but he's going to be going up the big guy Pastor out here on the near side.
Yeah, Pastor, every bit the Division I recruit, as you might expect, about 6'2" and 200 pounds. Here's the handoff coming around the near side for the Hillmen, looking to set up a block and pushing his way up near the 1st down marker. Great job of effort there by Logan Groth. He's going to be a yard shy. He picks up 8 before he's tackled on the play by Brandon Veenstra, joined by Angelo Clements. What do you do here, Park?
I think you have to kick it away this early in the game, although, you might give it a shot. Maybe a head snap, a head bob, see if Mark can draw him off. But other than that, I'd say you almost have to kick it away. You don't want to give him field position in your own territory. And then again, if you're going to kick it away, you better find some sideline because they've got an excellent bunch of return guys on this Colony team.
Already down to 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. 4th and 1 for the Hillmen. A big play early on in the game here. Christensen has the ball ready to go. Haswell behind. And now they're going to change things up. Martin's going to take it back, and he's going to punt it. And they've got nobody back, so it's going to work out well for the Hillmen. Bounces inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, and rolls out of bounds at the 3-yard line. What an excellent job by Martin Haswell. His first punt of the season just buries the Thunder as we've got 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. I didn't expect that one.
That was a nice look. That's out of the old John Elway playbook where Elway used to drop back into that mini punt formation and lob them down the field. Well done by Martin Haswell. Just another tool in his toolbox to make it look real good for the Hillmen. Wow.
So officially the ball will be at the 4-yard line of Buhach with 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. And, well, when you get into the divisional playoff and the semifinal round, you better bring everything in the kitchen sink. And Coach Montoya not afraid to ask his quarterback to basically coffin corner that thing. Even though it rolled into the corner, it worked out real well. 1st and 10 for the Thunder, and Oscar Smallwood, I should say, under center, ready to go. And it's going to be a handoff down the far side to Pastor. He's got a lot of speed. He breaks the tackle. Now he's got some room. Goes out to the 25, 30, 35, 40. He may be gone into Hillman territory. This is going to be a 96-yard touchdown run over the far side for Trey Pastor. Boy, the Hillman just looked a little bit slow, a little deer in the headlights as he came around the edge, and he just took off. You see that next level burst that makes him a Division I athlete next year. 6-0 Buhach as the first quarter ends here. Wow, Dave.
Yeah, that was just a simple, sweep to the far side of the field, and he didn't, again, look like he put a burst on. He just kind of loped around the corner, and when he found the corner, he had one man to beat that tackle, which Joey again emphasized, got to be good at the tackling, beat that, had the angle, nobody came across, nobody chased him down.
Now, the Thunder do have a traditional kicker, number 34, Jason Mendoza, 30-34 on the year. And are they going to do one of these wonky lineups here, Dave, where they bring everybody over on the near side? They've got
Are we back up at Reno again?
Yeah, they've got the center. Now, they actually don't have 34 in there as the kicker. I see number 6, the quarterback, Smallwood. Let's see what they do here.
They're going to try to go
They're
for
going to
two.
try and go for it to the far side. Smallwood looking to find the edge, and he does. 2-point conversion for the Thunder. 8-0 our score as the first quarter expires here in Auburn. Buhach Colony with the lead. This is the Sac Joaquin Section Division III semifinal on Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
Special hello out there to Mike Peterson and Chris Stavros, listening in Southern California, the uncles of Martin Haswell, probably cheering that punt down to the 2-yard line. Unfortunately, had to sit on their hands as the big stud, Trey Pastor, took that thing 96 yards the other way.
Now Mendoza's going to come in for the kickoff, and because we missed it on the open, this kickoff brought to you by Auburn Trophies. Check them out at 1221 Grass Valley Highway. That one's going to soar out of bounds and a penalty flag flies. So Placer will have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. We flip ends of the field as the second quarter gets underway, and the Hillmen moving from right to left, trailing 8-0.
Quick first quarter, as we expected, with them running the ball on both sides as much as they do. Not a lot of downtime on the field. So better get some sponsor mentions in here as well. Auburn Ford, Keith Thomas State Farm Insurance, River Valley Community Bank, Truck Smart, Robinson Sand and Gravel, and Cindy Gustafson for Placer County Supervisor, along with Depot Bay Coffee Roasters as part of the sponsorship team, bringing you Hillman football here tonight.
So the Hillmen in an 8-0 hole, and they're fine with that. I mean, they rallied from 11 down at halftime last week, and this is what you do. Just keep with it, get the wing tee working, because it does work. Split backs behind Haswell, ready to go. Handed off to Grossman, coming over the near side. Dives right into the tackler, Tyler Lopez. And Hans able to take it up to the 41-yard line. So a gain of 6.
Well, this is what they're going to do. They're going to go through that feeling out period of time. What can my offensive line do to move this defensive line left, right, whichever way they need to move them? And about this time of the game is when you start seeing guys really step up, especially that big man in the middle, Kyle Christensen, the lead guy, the point guy at center. His guards and tackles go where he leads them.
Well, they're going to give him 6 on that one, so 2nd and 4 upcoming. And now it's going to be a delayed handoff. I know it's going to pull it down. Haswell's got the open receiver. He missed him. Oh, they had us all fooled. We thought Jesse Wiggum was coming around the near side. Nate Russell went down to the 35-yard line untouched, but the ball could not get there.
Yeah, I think there was a little late pressure on Haswell that time. Made some good fakes, but on that play, everything seems to just kind of stop in the middle of the field for everybody to try to find out where the ball is. Haswell's real good about keeping it on his hip. As he turned around, one guy on that Colony team was right there, and that caused that ball to be thrown a little errantly. Unfortunate, because that was an easy 6 right there for the Hillmen, and I'm sure Joey was counting on that play.
It's a beautiful play call. They had us all fooled, but now 3rd down and 5. As the Hillmen go 2 wide, they've got an uncovered receiver out here on the near side. And now here's the catch made for the first down, and heading into Colony territory with a stiff arm on his way out of bounds goes Nate Russell, taking it from the Placer 41 down to the Buhach Colony 46. Or 46-yard line there. So that'll be, a gain of 14 there, Dave, and a first down for the Hillmen.
Good play that time. And I don't know if you could hear him in the background, but the coaches from Colony to our right were yelling 2 wide, 2 wide. They weren't ready defensively for that, causing the completion to happen.
Grossman barreling straight ahead and into the secondary. Continues to move inside the 30. Great job of running there by Hans. Takes it down to the 28-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 18 and another first down for the Hillmen.
So the offense starting to click just a little bit. All it takes is one good pass play or two. Next thing you know, you get a little soft in the middle, and here comes Big Hans through the middle of that offensive line. Again, Christensen and the boys doing a great job early.
Ulyss Dixon in on the tackle. 1st and 10, Hillmen. Split backs once again behind Haswell. Delayed handoff to Wiggum going over the left side. And Jesse finds a nice little gap there, taking it from the 29 down to the 22-yard line. 7-yard gain, tackle made by number 44, Samari Russo. 2nd and 3 upcoming.
Yeah, nice response to that long play. Unfortunately, we've got a flag on the field. Let's see if the referee remembers to turn that mic on.
Face mask. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
All right, so it was a 7-yard gain, and then with the face mask, 5 more is going to be a first down for the Hillmen as the ball is going to be put down at the 17-yard line. Good job there, though, by Jess running on that one.
Yeah, definitely a good job of going through that offensive line. We know who the characters are down front, but right now they're starting to impose their will a little bit.
Ball on the near hash at the 18-yard line. Hillmen moving right to left, give it to Hans over the left side. He pushes his way down to the 16, so a 2-yard gain before he's welcomed by Richard Bornhauser. 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Saw something there I don't hardly ever see. They got him up off the ground and put him down that time. He kind of tried to lean his way in. A couple guys lifted and put him back. Don't see Haas-Groppen get picked up and put down like that ever. I'll tell you, go to tell you what the strength of some of these linemen from the Colony are.
10 minutes left in the second quarter. Buhach ahead 8-0. Handed off to Wiggum. Looking to set up the block from Grossman. He does. Evan Robinson in there to block as well. And he'll take it down near a first down inside the 10 to the 8. So that'll be a gain of 8 yards for Jess and a 1st and goal to go for the Hillmen.
So again, a nice response to that long touchdown run. They don't get out of whack. They don't get, flustered by it at all. They just go back to work doing what the Hillmen do, and that is run this wing tee.
9:38 left here in the half. Placer looking to get their first points on the board. Haswell ready to go. And it's going to be a handoff. I believe that's Logelin going over the far side. Whole bunch of jerseys in our sight path, but it looks like Dylan there coming out of the pile.
Did he get anything on that carry?
And I believe he may have picked up one.
Well, if he got one, he got a first down. It doesn't look like they gave him the one even. Ah, yes, they did. So it's going to be first and goal for the Hillmen.
So the Wiggum play on the previous play was a yard short, and then Logelin able to grind out the one and get a first and goal to go for the Hillmen with the ball at the 7-yard line. Big drive here. You want to get those points on the board, get the gold mine and the Auburn faithful into this football game. Impose your will on that line. Haswell ready to go, handed off to Wiggum, coming around the near side. Jesse looking to find some room, takes it inside the 5 and down near the 3-yard line. Let's see where they put it down. Good job of spinning there at the end to maybe get another yard to the 3, so a 4-yard gain before he's tackled by O'Shea Ward. Second and goal.
Nice job when he spun backwards. He kind of planted those feet and pushed himself off, almost like a reverse dive off of the platform. Tried to dive it for a few more yards and picked up 1 or 2 extra.
So Haswell comes over and checks with Coach Montoya. Make sure get this play right. Micah Yoakum in there at tight end. You'll have Groth and Grossman behind Haswell. Handed out to Hans, barrels his way forward. It's going to be close. And he's down just at the kind of the 1-inch line there. We'll give him 2 on that one, Dave, and it will bring up a 3rd down and goal. But Hans was giving all the effort he could. It's just the Buhach line was there, led by Tyler Lopez.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the D-line comes up against the O-line this time. You got that big center. You got very little yardage to go. It may be like a half an inch. Maybe Martin Haswell on a sneak. Something else we haven't seen this year.
Well, no need to put away your plays. I have a feeling it's going to 2-5 straight ahead, but we'll find out. Grossman is the lone setback, handed off, goes into the end zone, touchdown, Hillmen! Hans Grossman between center and left guard, gets Placer on the board. It's 8-6 Buhach Colony, 7:56 left here in the second quarter. That was wing T offense as it is drawn up on paper and executed perfectly as the Hillmen get their first points of the game. That touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave. Check them out at 923 Lincoln Way in downtown Auburn. Thanks to owner Christopher for sponsoring high school football here on the Voice of the Foothills. The Bomber, Alex Bond, comes into the game for the extra point. It's 42 of 49 on the year. Make that 43 of 50. So our new score, Buhach Colony 8, Placer 7, 7:56 left in the half. Quick break. We'll come back with the scoreboard update, then more football here on KAHI.
10 plays, 65 yards, 4:04 off the clock, and here comes that kickoff brought to you by Auburn Trophies.
Alex Bond destroys that football, sends it through the back of the end zone. Let's just reset. Buhach Colony does still have the lead. It's 8-7 because Placer decided not to go for 2. Tarek's on 5-hour energy back at the studio and obviously ready to go for this playoff run. We still love you, buddy. You get those scores out there for us all night. But this has been a fast-moving first half. The Thunder scoring on their last drive on one play with a 96-yard scamper by the Cal commit, Trey Pastor. And now they'll take over at their own 20-yard line, moving from left to right with a 1-point lead. Yeah, big drive here. Just a great game of football going on here in Auburn. What a treat for the folks that came out and came on in. Handed off to Ruiz. And Ruiz is going to take it for a 5-yard gain before he is tackled by Mike Callison on that play.
Yeah, big Mike getting in there for that stop. They've got Grossman in playing some D end. Is Christensen playing defense right now? Yes, he is. He's at D tackle. So the big fellas, the ones that brought him this far in the game, going both ways because they know this Buhach Colony team loves to run the football, and you got to play beef on beef.
Folsom out to a 14-0 lead second quarter against Monterey Trail. Got a tie game between Intercom and Oak Ridge first quarter, 14-14 shootout in El Dorado Hills. Here it's a handoff going around the far side is Dixon, and the Hillmen are there. And a good job there, gang tackling once again. Cardelli in there, Robinson, I mean half the secondary. That's going to be a loss of 2 there for number 23.
Good time that time to string it on all the way out to the far sideline. Everybody staying right up on the line of scrimmage. As soon as he made his move up, people penetrated in and dropped him for the loss.
Elk Grove leading Consumnes Oaks 14-0. That might surprise some folks, but not if you've seen the herd play. That is a quality team there in the Division II tournament. Whitney and Jesuit will get it on tomorrow afternoon in Sacramento. Here it's a 3rd down and 6 from the 23-yard line. Smallwood with trips to the near side, single back to his left. He's going to throw it to the single receiver up top. And great. No, they'll go throw the flag on that. Monroe was there perfectly. Give me a break. Intended for number 44, Samari Russo, and that is not a quality throw.
Yeah, it wasn't a quality throw, and it wasn't a quality call either. They're going to give him that pass interference call on something that was unnecessary.
Fence. 15-yard penalty. Down.
That's just,
Tommy Stewart, if he was worth his salt at all, would have picked that flag up.
yeah, don't want a game
Overturn that call.
controlled by the referees. I mean, Monroe was there. He was fine. And again, it was a sloppy play anyway developing, but that's going to be a break for the Thunder. Move it up to the 39-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. 6:34 left here in the second quarter and a fresh set of downs. Now they'll hand it off to Ruiz going straight ahead. Nate Russell in on the tackle along with Chase Esty. Ruiz takes it up for a gain of 4 yards up to the 43.
And see, they're trying their dive series as well. They're going between the tackles right now, seeing what they could punch through. And then every now and again, it looks like they're going to try to test that outside, maybe get a little one-on-one in space. Their receivers on the defensive backs of the Placer Hillmen.
2nd and 7 upcoming. You want to score from Sacramento. Cap Christian and Manteca knotted up at 7 apiece in the second quarter. Good football game there. Good football game here as everybody's trying to get to the championship game.
And here's that
Now
trickeration
Smallwood's going
off
to roll
of
to the
the
far
fake.
side. He's got plenty of field in front of him, and he does scamper out of bounds in Hillman territory for the first down. Takes it from his own 43 to the Hillman 46. So that's going to be a gain of 11 yards and a first down for the Thunder.
I don't think that was intended to be a pass at all. I think that was a designed run play out of the quarterback set, out of that deep side. It was almost like being a deep eye back, taking a look, and then going to the outside. If somebody should have come open, and I don't even think there was a receiver in the pattern on that side of the field when he turned it up.
So 1st and 10 in Hillman territory. Moving from left to right are the Thunder with a 1-point lead. Ball at the 46. It's a pitch now to the back, and he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage is Anthony Berry. 2nd down and 10 upcoming. They can't give him a yard on that. He didn't even move forward.
He kind of leaned forward for that one.
All right, give Berry 1 then on that play.
Have
Tackle
to,
made by
move the stick.
yeah, Cardelli and Grossman in on the tackle. Well, if you look at where the stick is,
It's about a half yard.
about a half yard.
You got to round up on stats, just the way it is.
Down in Division 4, scoreless between Rio Linda and Sierra, or is that Sierra or Sarah? Sierra, and then Oakdale leading Merced 10-7. Open for Scattaboo and the Knights to represent the north end of the section well there. Smallwood under center. He's going to quickly toss it out to Ruiz, and Ruiz has it. He pushes his way forward for a first down before he's driven out of bounds by Messerall. Taking it from the 46 down to the 38-yard line. 8-yard gain there and another first down for the Colony.
Yeah, and nothing fancy on these pass plays. It's just a fake here and a quick out, a fake here and a quick out. They haven't really loaded up and tried to go deep on anybody yet. They're just moving those. They're basically extended running plays.
So 1st and 10 with 5 minutes left here in the half. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Hillmen on the far hash. Score from D5, number 1 center, blowing out Bradshaw Christian 21-6 in the first quarter. Ripping ahead of Amador 13-3. That game in the second quarter, a play down there in Division 5. A lot of exciting football going on around the region tonight, folks, obviously. So Smallwood ready to go. Split backs behind, 2 receivers up top on the short side of the field. Now they'll motion one of them. Going to fake it, looking for time. Pursuit coming from Yoakum. Now he's got to pull it down. He runs right into Evan Robinson. Lit him up on that play at the line of scrimmage. Well done by 52, planting Smallwood to the Lefevre turf.
The ER52 said, "Hello, how do you do?" to Mr. Smallwood.
Grossman helped him clean it up, but that was a great clean hit. And Smallwood probably feel that one in the locker room when he has a chance to cool down a little bit. 53 degrees at game time, Dave, we mentioned, so a little cooler than we've played most of the year, but it is late fall here in Northern California. 2nd down and 10 for Smallwood and company. It's a handoff to the near side. The Hillmen have it smelled out, and he is able to grind it out for a yard maybe, but Cardelli hit him hard. In fact, I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage, Dave.
Who was that? I'm having a hard time with these uniform numbers.
Ruiz on that? On that last carry? 20. Okay, sorry.
So
Dave.
it was Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon, yeah. Well, if we didn't have Mr. Turner over here, we'd be lost because these uniforms are ridiculous. They're white tops. They've got gold numbers barely outlined in black, and it literally is blending in with this beautiful Lefevre turf. 3rd down and 11, so I guess he lost one on that play, did 23. They've got split backs behind, kind of a tight receiver set up top. Now Smallwood's going to try and pull it down. The Hillmen are there, ready, and he's hit hard by Noah Cardelli, and that is going to be a loss and a big-time play. Actually, Keith Messerall in on the tackle. It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 38-yard line, so a 4-yard loss and 4th down upcoming. And that's going to put him in a real precarious position, Dave.
It's definitely getting towards the end of the half, and the Hillmen are going to call a timeout, maybe try to knock them down here on this 4th down and to get some good field position out near the 40. You know they're probably going to go here.
Now they'll show something a little different. Smallwood goes up under center. They'll have trips up top, single receiver to the near side, and they'll keep.
No, they're running a.
Okay, and it is going to be a punt. The Pastor is the other punter. They're going to do exactly what Placer did to Buhach on the last series with Haswell. That one will be dropped down at the 6-yard line.
And a little bit of a groan at the far end of the booth. The Colony coaches kind of wanted that ball to bounce a couple more times. Felt that their player was right there, could have chased it down to the 1. Instead, Placer will get their 1st and 10 from their own 10 with 3:07 to go here in the half.
So the Hillmen trailing by 1, of course, setting up strategy. Placer will get the ball in the second half because they won the coin toss and deferred, which has worked out so well over the course of the years here for head coach Joey Montoya, defensive coordinator Eric Redardi and company. Haswell ready to go. Hillmen moving right to left, down by a point, handed to Grossman, driving straight ahead, and Hans takes it up to the 14-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. And as our pal Mr. Turner shows us, Tyler Lopez in on the tackle. Again, very difficult to get any kind of sight line on these white jerseys. Yeah, Buhach Colony, 11-0, 6-0 in their conference. A conference that also has Patterson and Atwater, some other quality teams down there. And the Hillmen 9-2, undefeated league champions as they hand it off to Grossman, going over the far side, and Hans takes it from the 14 up to the 18, 4-yard gain, 3rd and 2.
Well, you at least want to get a 1st down here. You don't want to give these guys a chance to make you kick the ball away and flip the field position. Now you got that 3rd 1.5, almost 2 yards. You got to come up with a key play here and keep this drive alive.
Samari Russo in on the tackle, 3rd and 2 for the Hillmen. Clock ticks down to 2:10 left in the half. Handed off to Wiggum over the near side, and
I don't know about that.
It's going to be close. It's going to depend on the
right
spot.
On the mark.
Right on the mark.
At the 20, he got it.
Bornhauser in on the tackle, and it depends on where
First
they
down.
put it. First down, Hillmen. Good job there by Jess. Just getting it across the line to make it a fresh set of downs for the Hillmen with 2:08 left in the half.
Now it's a matter of when do you think you might want to put one up, maybe try to play some play action and get something deep, and maybe get into position for Bond to bomb a long one in towards the end of the half as we approach right now at 2 minutes and counting.
Once again, we must point out the excellent line blocking here by the Hillmen up front, opening up holes. Now Grossman's not going to pick up much, just a yard over the right side. He's tripped up on the play. And 144.
I'm
waiting to see if the Colony's going to use their timeouts.
Use their timeouts. Probably after this play. If they stop them short here, I would think they'd burn a timeout and maybe try to get 2 more of those, get the ball back on a punt because they've got a good return man.
2nd and 9 from the 31. And the referee's going to throw a flag. Looks like the Hillmen line moved before the snap, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, what gave you that idea? Was it the guys on the other end of the booth screaming, he moved, he moved?
I like the passion.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So that puts him into that 2nd and long. And Placer's going to take a timeout here.
We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. 8-7, Buhach Colony in the lead here on KAHI. 1:28 left in the half. 2nd down and 14 for the Hillmen following the penalty, backed up to their own 16-yard line. And 1 timeout burned there. Actually, so Placer took the timeout on.
Yeah, Placer took the timeout there.
Well, that does help the Thunder a little bit because they still got all 3 timeouts and a big 2nd down upcoming. Now Martin's going to pull it down. Pressure coming. He eludes the pressure. He lets it fly downfield. He short-armed it. And due to the pressure, they're lucky that they even got that off. Groth had coverage on him as well. I'm not sure if he would have made the play. Number 9, Brandon Vistra in on the coverage. And a good job of pressure there by the Thunder.
Yeah, the pressure forced him to step up and then had to throw the ball on the run. He needed to get that ball out ahead of the running back, which was Logan Groth out there. Logan had the angle, but the ball just underflighted due to that pressure. Now you come up with a huge 3rd and 14 with 1:22 to go. I mean, you got to make something here just to give your punter a chance to kick it down and keep it away from Pastor because you know that's who's going to go back in that punt return formation for the Colony.
All right, Haswell has the play. Hollett's the receiver to the near side. Handed off to Grossman, and Hans has some room. He finds some room. He's got the 1st down, and more as he bursts into daylight. 35, 40, 45, all the way out near midfield. What a run by Grossman. taking it from the 16 all the way up to the 47-yard line. That's a 31-yard gain and a first down for the Hillmen. Good thing they held on to a timeout, too.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and I think they did the right thing. They were giving it to their big guy. I almost thought they were just going to go ahead and give it to him and be content to punt it away, but that O-line once again opened a massive hole.
A minute 12 left. Here's the snap. Handed off to Groff going up top, and the...
it's
going to be taken. Now they got to wide open man, and Jesse Wiggum's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillmen. They faked this all out of the booth, and Placer takes it 47 yards. What a throw by Haswell. A great fake to Groff, and Jesse Wiggum ends up in the end zone to get the Placer lead to 13-8 with 58 seconds left in the half. One of the great fakes of the year right there, Dave.
Second time this game they've run that play. First time the ball was underthrown because of pressure. That time the magician, Martin Haswell, played, whoops, I made the ball disappear, and then he pulled it right out of his top hat, threw it down the length of the field to Wiggy, and they got a touchdown.
Good snap. This one's going to be blocked. The Thunder hopped in there and blocked it. Running through the pile, number 54, Jalen Torres. So our score, Hillmen 13, Thunder 8, 58 seconds left in the half. Right back here in the Sac Joaquin section semifinal on Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
This is Jaden DeRoche, class of 2020, nose tackle, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
6 plays to go 90 yards, but the big play of the day, the Martin Haswell to Jesse Wiggum, 47-yard touchdown pass. Everybody fooled on that one. Nobody knew where the football was except for Wiggum and Haswell, and by the time the defense figured it out, Jesse was rumbling his way towards the end zone. Good late chase by the Colony defense, but nonetheless a touchdown for the Hillmen. Good PAT blocked, however.
That touchdown was brought to you by the Man Cave. Check them out at 923 Lincoln Way in downtown Auburn. Once again, they're going to avoid the deep back, kick it off to O'Shea Ward. He'll take it up near the 33-yard line, 34-yard line, where Buhach Colony will have the ball with 56 seconds and all 3 timeouts left here in the half. Don't forget, Placer gets the second half kick.
Yeah, still a little bit of time left.
Oh, and look who's checking in, our pal Renee Christensen, Kyle's mom, letting us know to say happy birthday to the man himself, the man-child, the beast, one of the best players in the section. Happy 18th birthday to Hans Grossman.
Wow.
Finally becoming a man. He's already been a man.
He's
for about
only
3
18?
years. 18 years old, Dave. And let's check the stat line coming into tonight. 1,480 yards, 25 touchdowns, 134.5 yards average per game. All right, Smallwood and Company going to try and get something going here, trailing by 5 with 58 seconds left in the half. He's back there in the pistol, 3-step drop. Dump it out here to the near side. And a good play there. It's going to be near first down. Number 44 with the catch there, Samari Russo, his first grab of the night, and that'll be an 11-yard gain and a first down.
It's one of those things. Now I think what they're going to do is they're going to play a little loiter back, sit back there, let the guys get up the field a little bit, see if they can find them in between the levels, in front of the DBs, behind the linebackers if they can get there. And the tight end just peeled off that time, found a little room to the outside, and picked up 11.
All right, now they're going to move trips up top, single receiver here on the near side, short side of the field, a back flank to the right of Smallwood, who's ready to go, takes a 3-step drop, 5-step drop, now looking, pressure comes, just eludes Yoakum, now he's got room to the far side, and he's still going to look to throw, eludes another tackler, takes it into Hillman territory. That is a great job of toe tapping, stepping around the defense, and taking it to the 49-yard line of the Hillmen. Turned nothing into a 7-yard gain, did Smallwood.
Well, Smallwood just sat back there again, just kind of waiting for things to develop. Hillman got a little bit of pressure, flushed him to the far side of the field, just out of arm's length of a couple of the Placer Hillmen tacklers, turned it up the corner, scampered up the side, and tiptoed out of bounds.
So a 6-yard gain now. They'll move it back a yard. Put the ball in Hillman territory at the 49 with 39 seconds left for Smallwood and Company. They'll move the trips to the wide side of the field down low here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Now the pressure's coming. Pressured again. He's going to try to elude it. The Hillmen are there. Now he's got a lane to the far side, and he's going to pick up the first down and more. 40, 35, 30, and finally down at the 25-yard line where he's pushed out by Groff. So, Dave, that's a 24-yard gain. Once again, the Hillmen are penetrating. The ends are getting in there, but he is very elusive.
No contain on the outside again. He let him skip through the middle to the outside. Looks for all the world like they're going to drop him in the backfield. He just happens to keep just getting away. And what that's doing is gassing those Placer defensive players. And pretty happy probably right now that the Colony called that timeout so everybody can get a breath. Watching guys come over, tugging on those pant legs because they are a little worn out at this point, chasing Mr. Smallwood around.
So a timeout taken by the Thunder. We'll keep it here. 26 seconds left. Now, if you're wondering about their kicker, their traditional kicker, Jason Mendoza, at least from the stats that they provide on Max Preps, no field goal attempts this year, Dave. So I can't tell you whether he's good from short or long. I know that he's made a whole bunch of PATs, but I've got nothing as far as field goal statistics right now. 26 seconds left here in a big play upcoming. Now, they still have 2 timeouts left, so they can work it and throw it out there if they want to, use the middle of the field, and still try and burn those timeouts.
Now we'll see what they come up with here. So far, their quarterback Smallwood just standing back there waiting for something to happen, and if he doesn't see anything, he starts playing his own Fran Tarkington Houdini kind of game.
Yeah, the senior's only listed at $150, and he can't be 5'11", but he is definitely got that movability. Now he's going to roll to the near side. Hillman pursuit comes once again, and he's going to have to let it fly. That's got to be grounded. They got to throw the flag on that one. There's nobody near it. They got to throw that flag, referee. There it is, the laundry on the field.
Yeah, about time.
Yeah, he tried to get it back. He did not get it to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty and push him well out of field goal range. With only 19 seconds left. Great job on the pursuit there by the Hillmen.
Yeah, they didn't let him get away that time. They had a good angle, and they were chasing him at an angle away. I think he thought a little too late to get rid of that football. Let's see what the official call is going to be here. Their coaches are not happy right now. They're banging stuff down there and saying, just take a knee.
Intentional grounding. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Loss of down. 2nd down.
He meant to say 15
No,
yards.
it's a spot foul.
Oh, spot foul, you're right.
Spot foul. It's
foul.
5
Back to
yards
the
from where
49.
he threw it out. So he was all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Right.
When he threw it away, they'll march it back 5 from there, mark it at the 49. And I
that's
think
going to probably be the last play of the half.
it could be if they take the knee here, but I think they're going to try to go for it again. Why wouldn't you?
Well, why not? Okay, they've got double slot look. Now they'll motion one of the receivers. Smallwood
Watch out for
falling
the
back.
screen to 21.
And they are going to set up the screen pass. And a good job of tackling there by Noah Cardelli. The screen went to Jacob Tenori. That's his first catch of the night for number 2. And he takes it from the 49 down to the 43-yard line. So a 6-yard gain, and the Colony will take their last timeout. Basically, I'm thinking you kind of play a little prevent here with 10 seconds left.
Don't play too much prevent and leave that middle of the field open to one of those big fellas who has got good escapability. The guy I'm real scared of here is Trey Pastor. We saw him just take a simple sweep and go 96 yards.
You know, credit the Hillman defensive front, too. I know that Smallwood's escaped a little bit, but Chase Esty, Hans Grossman, Kyle Christensen's been in there quite a bit tonight. Micah Yoakum as well. They're going to take Christensen out because they want a little bit more speed on this 3rd down and 28 on what could be the final play of the half. An exciting half here in Auburn. Smallwood ready to go with 2 receivers to either side of the formation and a back flank to his right. He's in the pistol. Takes a 3-step drop, looking to set it up. Pressure comes from the Hillmen, and they've got him. The Hillmen sack him well back in his own territory. Boy, what a horrible ending to the half there for Buhach. That's going to be an 11-yard loss on the final play of the half. Placer leading 13-8 as the Colony coaches storm out of our box, not happy with the way the Thunder are performing here at the end of the half. The Placer Hillmen lead 13-8. We'll take a quick break. Come back with a Roseville Auto Mall scoreboard update with Tarek Ansari, and then more here. What a great night for football in Auburn. What's the real time, Dave?
Time is 7:54. No, 7:56.
56 minutes of football. We're already at the half, and a thrilling first half here for the Auburn faithful. 13-8 Placer. You're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
That's right. They still get the ball. They got 3rd touchdown, 3rd down, 28 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Placer High School cheerleaders in Golden Hillman Marching Band.
This is Dylan Logan, class of 21, running back, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Welcome back. Casey Freelove alongside Dave Rosenthal here at beautiful Lefevre Stadium. A packed house, at least on the home side, as the Placer Hillmen lead the Buhach Colony Thunder 13-8. We're about in real time, about 3-4 minutes away from the second half kick. Dave, as you mentioned in putting together the stats at the half, A pretty evenly matched game, which you would expect with a 5-point margin. Really only one big play by the Thunder, that 96-yard burst by the Cal commit, Trey Pastor. But other than that, they've been held in check pretty well by the Hillman defense. Bend but don't break, as we always say.
Nice night so far for Martin Haswell. 3 out of 5 for 79. Big catch of the night was that 47-yard. Now you see the ball, now you don't, and the next time you see it, it's in number 7's hands going in the end zone. That was a great play. And speaking of number 7, having a very nice night on both sides of the ball. 7 rushes for 29. That's about 4 a carry. 2 catches for 65. Logan Groth pitching in 3 rushes for a couple of yards. And Hans Grossman doing his thing. 13 for 96. He had an 18-yard burst, a 31-yard burst that got him out of a huge hole before that 47-yard catch by Jesse Wiggum for the touchdown. So when you add it all up, Placer 79 through the air, 130 on the ground for 209. So the total yardage, 209 to 183.
Well,
all good things for the Hillman Nation right now.
All right, so the Thunder are going to kick it off to start off this second half. Placer leading 13-8. So ready to tee it up for the Colony is Jason Mendoza. He averages 36.3 on his kickoffs. Contrast that with Alex Vaughn, the Placer kicker, averaging 57 yards per kick, and he's bombed a couple tonight. Sam Bender and Jesse Wiggum are your return men for the Hillmen, who will be moving from left to right as we get this third quarter underway, and they're going to kick it right out of bounds, give Placer excellent starting field position at their own 35-yard line as this big offensive line of the Hillmen strolls into the game. Esty, Christensen, Robinson, and of course, Big Mike Callis.
And when you look at
they taking a penalty?
Apparently.
Okay.
They're going to make him kick it from further back. So you're looking at total possessions in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possessions in the first half for the Colony, just 4 for the Hillmen. That's 9 total possessions.
Well, Placer on that
and a half of football.
On that one particular drive, they ate up a good chunk of clock on that touchdown drive that ended in the Grossman 1-yard rush. I think you said it was around 5 minutes, and that was only a 65-yard drive. All right, so once again, the Colony's going to squib it. This time it will be fielded by the up back, and Groth knows what to do with it as he's going to get him even better field position. Placer will start out at their own 43-yard line, so already up near midfield as the second half gets underway here from Lefevre Stadium in Auburn, the CIF Sac Joaquin Section Division III semifinal. Placer looking to advance to the section championship game for a 4th consecutive season, and the Thunder having one of the great seasons in their short school history at 11-0 and 6-0 coming into tonight.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made on both sides of the football.
Haswell ready to go. Logelin and Grossman behind, handed off to Hans, and they're there this time.
I saw that Martin got stepped on there. Did you notice that? He started to go back, and he kind of locked up. Had to give it to Grossman, and Hansi gets nothing on that.
Angelo Clements and O'Shea Ward in on the tackle. So second down and 10 upcoming.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Alex Blanco. Hope you're doing well, Alex. I know you're listening at home tonight, and I understand the speakers are full blower all over the household. Good to know that you've got Placer football on where you are tonight, and hoping for that speedy recovery, my friend.
And welcome to all of our streamers at KAHI.com and, of course, on the free mobile KAHI radio app. Haswell's going to pull it down. He's got a wide open receiver out here. Great catch by Logelin. And then he's hit hard in the head, and the flag's going to fly. That's unsportsmanlike conduct there, boys.
That's on Trey Pastor, and that's one more of those, and he sits for the rest of the night.
7-yard gain out to midfield, maybe 6. Let's see where they put it down. They may mark him out at the 49, but either way, it's a big gain for Logelin on the reception, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a warning post-possession. So, yes, 6 yards there, Dave.
Targeting, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now, in the college game, they'd go to the review booth and they'd check that, and if it was truly a targeting, that player would be ejected.
That was Pastor, right?
Yes, it was.
Well, you cannot afford to lose him. He's the best player on the field for the Thunder, and now he's got a little warning, and the referees maybe with their eyes on him as Big 2-1 knocked 2-2 to the turf, and the end result is a Hillman first down at the 36-yard line of the Thunder on the near hash.
And if you want to give any kind of benefit of the doubt, look at the size of Pastor and look at the size of Logelin or Austin Hall. It's either of those two guys. He's got like good 6-8 inches on him.
Handed off to Groth over the far side. He's not getting much there, if anything. Met immediately at the line by a combination of O'Shea Ward and Samari Russo, Samari Russo's been all over the place tonight on defense, the third leading tackler coming in tonight. By the way, Samari Russo miles ahead of the rest of his team as far as sacks, 12.5 on the year, which speaks to the type of offenses they're accustomed to seeing. Those being pass-based offenses, not the same story up here in Auburn tonight.
Well, 2 rushes so far in the second half, netting 0 yards, 1 for Groth, 1 for Grossman. The only positive yardage is on that pass play.
Well, there's some positive yards for Hans Grossman. He'll take it out for a gain of 3. Tackle again made once again, as I should say, Russo.
Continues to be Russo. After Russo, hey, there's Sam Bender trotting onto the field for the Hillmen.
All right.
Like to see Sam get into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Bender's had himself a nice season thus far. 21 carries, $142, 10 receptions for over 200 yards coming into play tonight. And we've got an officials timeout. Now we'll wind the clock as we're under 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Thunder leading 13-8. Hillmen on their opening drive of the second half at the 34 with the third day.
We're leading 13-8.
Yes, we're leading. Placer's leading 13-8. Check that. All right, Bender's going to pull it down. They got the fake play on it now. The Thunder are there, and they're going to blow that one up for a big loss. Boy, big number 7, O'Shea Ward, got Sam Bender all the way back at his 43-yard line. That's going to be a 9-yard loss and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, well, you know, that's one of those plays you might want to pull it out and say, maybe we can get him on this one. Sam Bender, of course, the backup quarterback. Was that a year ago that he was the backup quarterback?
That's correct. He backed up Michael Stuck last year.
And never threw a pass, as I recall.
Right. That's true. He did not throw a pass. So now the Hillmen, instead of even having a chance to go for it, they're going to have to punt it away. Let's see if Alex Bond can't just punch this one into the end zone. They've got the dangerous Ulyss Dixon back there to return. I believe he's got 3 returns for touchdowns this season.
Keep it away from him.
That's what you want to do. All right, Bond's going to get this high end over end, but Dixon won't get a chance to return it.
There we go.
Take a nice Hillman bounce, 20-15, and rolls out of bounds right around the 12-yard line. They'll make that the...
Looks like it was
they're still walking back. I think they might even put it all the way back at the 10. Yeah, that's going to be at the 11-yard line. So split the difference. 8:43 left here in the third quarter as the Thunder take over on their first drive of the second half. Trailing, it's 13-8 Placer, and Buhach Colony moving from right to left. Oscar Smallwood and company on the field and ready to go here. See if they can't find some success. The Hillman D's been tough here in the first half. Split backs behind Smallwood, handed off to the far side. Yeah, Nate Ruiz with the carry.
4 he got on that one?
Yeah, we'll give him
4.
3 yards on that carry.
Dan, the math teacher, is going to correct me on that one.
Combination tackle there by Messerall and Esty. So 2nd down and 7 upcoming. For Smallwood, split backs behind, a single receiver up top. Now they'll motion that receiver. Hand it off, straight ahead run into the defensive line. A good hard burst there by number 22, Anthony Berry.
I think he got that 6 in the first down.
That he did. We'll check that then, Dave. Give that one to Ulyss Dixon. I thought Barry had the carry on that one, but it was 23 who picked up the first down. Ball at the 22-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side for Smallwood. They'll hand it off straight ahead. This one is going to number 22, Barry. And Barry drives it from the 22 up to the 26, so a 4-yard gain. And a 2nd down and 6 upcoming.
Now it looks like the adjustment that the Colony is making is we're just going to try to punish the middle of that defensive line right now and see if we can't just 4 and 5 our way down the field.
Well, I mean, the clock is the key to this entire game when you got 2 run-based offenses, evidenced by how fast that first half moved. Handoff.
Oh my goodness.
And a nice tackle there by Evan Robbins. Actually, that was Hans Grossman in on that play. Stopping 22 Barry for no gain.
And he picked him up and put him down. Dropped him on his back, kind of giving back what happened to Hans in the first quarter.
So a 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Thunder. Let's see if the Hillman defense can't just get this thing put away right here and get the ball back into the hands of their offense. Smallwood with Barry and Ruiz behind. 2 receivers to the near side. Now they'll motion the single receiver from up top. Hand it off to Ruiz. And he's got the first down.
Oh, he does.
And he's going to spin it out and pick up even more. That's going to be a gain of 9 yards out to the 38-yard line.
So it looks like they might have found something that's working for him in between those tackles all of a sudden.
Actually make that 7, not 9. My bad. But a fresh set of downs for this Thunder team with 6:30 left in the third quarter. They trail by 5 and making some progress against the Hillman front. Single back behind Smallwood. Now it's going to be a handoff, and that's sniffed out. Dixon is leveled by Yoka behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by Micah just bursting through there from his end position. And that's going to be a 4-yard loss. Back to the 36.
Well, so far on the night, that 6-yard carry got him back to even, but now he's back to negative numbers. So on the night, 6 carries for -4 yards by Ulyss Dixon.
So the ball back at the 34-yard line on the near hash. Again, Colony moving from right to left. 2nd and 14 upcoming. They'll send a single receiver up top, stick with that split back look behind Smallwood. Now they'll motion the receiver from the near side. Hand it off to Ruiz going up top, and he runs right into the end. And that's not going to be much. Give him 2 yards on that play. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Tackle once again made by Yoakum, who just had that nice play the previous one.
Yeah, Yoakum's playing a real good game tonight. And, of course, ER52 is everywhere on the field.
Yeah, Evan Robinson, a deserving Foothill Valley League Defensive Player of the Year, and Micah Yoakum, right there with him, 68 tackles, 8.5 sacks for big 32.
And we've seen number 60, Noah Cardali, all over that defensive side of the field as well from his linebacker position tonight. The whole defense has just played real well. Again, just giving up that one big play. Other than that, stifling this Thunder O.
They'll go with an eye-back look, fake it. Smallwood with pressure coming, trying to set up a screen. Estes there, and he's got it.
On the shirt, yes!
Estes drags him down back at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a 12-yard loss, and 4th and punt upcoming. Great effort there by Big 66 to pick up his, 3rd sack of the year.
Looked like Stretch Armstrong extending that arm out. It wasn't a horse collar. He grabbed him by the jersey and just held on and dragged him down.
And Estes a little hobbled coming off the field, kind of grabbing at his right hamstring after that excellent pursuit to sack Smallwood and force a 4th and punt. Nate Russell awaits the ball back at his own 40-yard line. And yes, they do have Pastor back there as a punter, but there's no way they're going to fake it here with so much yardage to go, I would guess.
He'll never be aware of that.
It's a high snap. Pastor's going to get it down. Left-footed kick goes high into the Auburn Knight. Russell calls for the fair catch and makes it at his own 39-yard line. So Hillman back on offense, 4:10 left here in the third quarter. And looking to, eat clock, run the ball, score a touchdown, do what you like, and try and keep this thing going in a fast-moving Sac Joaquin section semifinal. Austin Hollitz comes in at receiver.
Colony held the ball for 4 minutes and 33 seconds right there, but only to punt it away. So again, clock working in the Hillman favor. The faster that clock runs with the lead, the better it is off for the green and gold.
Placer moving from left to right, the ball on the far hash at the 39-yard line. 2 receivers up top, Logelin and Hollitz. Split backs behind. Martin hands it off to Hans, and he just kind of dives his way forward for 5 yards before he's tackled on the play by Tyler Lopez. 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Well, this is a portion of the game where the Hillmen just continue to do what they do best. Play possession football this season. Give the ball to your big guys, maybe a little thunder, maybe a little lightning, maybe an occasional toss to the outside if you need a first down, but control that clock and control this football.
By the way, Esty is in there at tackle, so he's fine. And then offensive tackle now, obviously. Hand it off over the left side to Jess. He'll pick up 3 yards and bring up a 3rd down and 2. Once again, Samari Russo having a real nice night for this Thunder defense. The linebacker is everywhere, and he's been moving around and flying around out there.
I like the way Pastor just keeps staring over here at the sideline. I don't know if he's looking at the referee on this side or he's looking at the Placer sideline.
Well, he's your best player. But the thing is you don't need your best player to guard our receivers. It's just not necessary. Hand off to Grossman, 1st down and more, and the ball comes out. And it's going to be a turnover. Picked up by the Thunder at the 49-yard line of the Hillmen after the Grossman fumble. He picked up 3 yards and then coughed it up. And diving on it was Jacob Tenori. So a big break there for the Colony as they'll have the ball at the Hillman 49, trailing by just 5 points with 3 minutes left here in this third quarter.
Wow, that's just one of those things in playoff football. You've got to maintain possession. And when you cough it up, never good things never happen, especially in playoff football, and they turn it over.
So the Thunder back on offense. Smallwood with split backs behind. Motion the single receiver from up top. Hand it off to Ruiz going over the right side. Ruiz able to pick up a yard and no more. Messeral, the initial tackler, joined by Robinson and Cardelli as well. 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
And of course, the brotherhood of Placer football, they will pick up their comrade here, or at least do their best that they can to try to hold this Colony team down after that turnover.
Well, Hans is going to get a chance to unleash some anger over there at the left end position as well. He's been playing some defense here as of late and playing very physical, as you might imagine. This is going to be a straight ahead handoff and kind of letting the blocks set up and picking up a few yards there is Anthony Berry. He'll take it from the 48 down to the 43-yard line, so a 5-yard gain brings up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, got off into the inside part of that offensive line behind his left guard and tackle and just kind of wiggled in there and just kept wiggling until he picked up a few.
Cardelli in on the tackle. Big 3rd down upcoming here for the Hillmen. You'd sure like to be able to get this ball right back if you can after the Grossman turnover. Smallwood ready to go. Interesting look here. He's in the pistol. They've got a bunch set to the near side. Now they're going to hand it off.
And he's got the corner.
He's got some room. Finding the edge is number 21, Tyler Pastor.
They didn't get him on the. They get him out?
He stepped out of bounds, but
Okay.
he still got a nice pickup. He took it from the 43 all the way down to the 32-yard line, so that's going to be an 11-yard gain. And a
Just
first
his
down.
3rd carry of the night, but he's got 118 yards. Again, that 96-yarder. But he doesn't look like he's running all that hard. He just kind of, again, the word I come up with is lope. It's not even a gallop. He's just kind of cruising. He's in cruise speed, gets the corner, and he's big enough to make guys miss. You try to hit him in the thigh, he moves that thigh out of the way, you're grabbing air. Luckily, somebody pushed him hard enough to get him out there at the 32.
So 1st and 10.
Why they're not going to that guy, I do not know.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You got a stud like that, feed him the ball.
Yeah, and check the line of scrimmage, the 27 there. The gain is correct, though, Dave. I'll tell you that. Split back finds Smallwood, hand it off. Going straight ahead is Barry. And Barry's able to pick up 6 before he's brought down. Now make it 7 to the 20-yard line. Logan Groth in on the tackle. So 2nd and 3 upcoming. And they're finding success, Dave, right up the gut, as you mentioned a little earlier in the quarter.
Well, you got to look at what happened. Where did we get stopped in the first part of the game? And, again, attrition, both sides of the ball. These guys are hammering on each other. Something's going to give eventually.
2nd down and 3 upcoming. You got Ruiz and Berry in the backfield. Now they'll motion the receiver, hand it off to Ruiz straight ahead. He runs right into the beef heart of that Hillman front. Able to pick up at least 1, if not 2. We'll call it 1 for number 5, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, another 3rd and short, but of course they're in 3rd and 4th and go territory here. They might get maybe 1 or 2 plays off before the end of the quarter. Another quick quarter of football here at Lefevre tonight.
It's such an interesting score, that 13-8, because of course the Colony went for the 2 on that weird formation early on, and then Placer Bond had an extra point blocked. That's 2 weeks in a row that a kick has been blocked, and that is very uncommon up here in Auburn. All right, 3rd down and 1. You got Ruiz and Berry behind Smallwood. Now they're going to motion, hand it off to Ruiz. Gets past the diving tackle of Yoakum, and now Messeral is going to have to take him for a ride down to the 12-yard line. So that's a 7-yard gain and a 1st down for Buhach.
Yeah, it looked like they had him in the back field, but he slipped that tackle and just kind of bowled his way through. He's not a small guy.
No, he's not.
He got some good size in that offensive backfield to the Buhach Colony folks.
All right, well, this could be the last play of the quarter. It's their choice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. Our score, Placer 13, Buhach Colony 8. 4th quarter ahead. It's time to find out who's going on to the championship game on the other side of this break. This is Friday Night Football at the Foothills, and you're on KAHI Radio. We've got a 13-8 Placer lead. Final quarter, 1st and 10 for the Thunder, moving from left to right at the Hillman 12-yard line. Handed off to Berry over the left side. Now he's going to find his way inside the 10 and dive down near the 6-yard line. So a 6-yard gain there by Berry.
So Barry doing the yeoman's work on this particular drive. The carries between he and Ruiz with that 111-yarder to Trey Pastor. Nothing in the air yet in the second half for Smallwood, who was 5 out of 5 for 40 yards in the first half. Is this the time they go play action to try to find somebody in the back of the end zone?
2nd down and 4. Ball at the Hillman 6-yard line. Barry and Ruiz behind. Handed off to Barry, and he's met by the Hillman and driven back at the 9-yard line. 3-yard loss there. Great job coming up by Adrian Monroe as well as Hans Grossman. And that will bring up now a 3rd and a little bit more challenging. 3rd and 6 to be specific.
And you can still get a fresh set of downs without getting that touchdown. Got to get it inside the 3 down to about the 2.5. The other question is, will they kick the 3 here if they don't make it?
All right, so 3rd and 6 from the Hillman 8-yard line. Same look with the 2 backs behind. Motion the receiver from the top. Handed off straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Ruiz. And
boy, that was
Thunder,
a quick hitter right there.
to give them the 14-13 lead. Clearly, you got to be thinking that they're going to be going for 2 to try and get this to a 3-point lead. Good job, though, by Ruiz, just bursting straight ahead and put it in.
Yeah, 6-yard.
Yep.
Well, give him credit for that, because that was probably the best play from scrimmage we've seen tonight from that Thunder offense. They really opened that hole, and he hit that thing with authority and a lot of quickness. He was in the end zone before any of the Placer defenders even looked up, I think.
Well, mark it on your playbooks at home, folks. With 10:46 left here, it's a big 2-point conversion. The Thunder looking to get this to a field goal lead if they can convert. They were successful in their initial attempt, and they won't go with kind of a gimmicky look this time. They'll just go straight up to the line with that same look. 2 backs behind Smallwood. Motion the receiver from the top of the formation. Hand it off. Ruiz is not going to get in. Great job being there by Logan Groff. Put him on the ground, and that is going to make our score 14-13 with 10:46 left. Everybody getting their money's worth here on the hill. It's Friday Night Football in the Foothills, the Sac Joaquin Section Division III semifinal.
This is Matthew Maloney, class of 2020, defensive tackle, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
9 plays, 49 yards, 4:08 off the clock for that Colony touchdown that puts them up by a digit, 14-13 as we await the kick.
Okay, ready to go here is Mendoza. Bender back deep along with Wiggum. And this one's going to be fair caught by the Hillman up at the 31-yard line. By the way, our pal Mike Ray checking in. He must either be at the game or be watching it. It is Manteca 20, Capital Christian 7. So moving forward with our scores, let's just keep in mind, Manteca has the lead, and that game is in the 3rd quarter. The 4 seed ahead of the 1 seed. Here, Placer trails, but just by a point. 14-13 Thunder with 10:46 left in the 4th quarter of play. 1st and 10 Hillman moving right to left. Ball at their own 31-yard line.
Well, you got to believe that, man, the defense of the Colony right now pretty fired up to keep things going their way after that touchdown.
Well, Hillman, just stick with what you've been doing. Jesse Wiggum comes over the near side, grinds it out for a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-yard gain there on 1st down. Tackle made by a combination of Ruiz and Ward. And Dave, really, you could do that. If you could do that for the rest of the night, you're going to take 6 more minutes off this clock.
Yeah, keep going left or right with those same kind of plays and just keep punching it ahead. You pick up 4 to 5 a play, you're going to move the clock and the chains.
Nate Russell checks in at receiver. Now, they've actually moved 21 Pastor to the far side, maybe to help out a little bit. This one's just going to be kind of a scrum run straight ahead for
Grossman, I think
Grossman ended up with it. He'll pick up 3 and bring up a 3rd down and 2. Tackle made by 52, Angelo Clements.
And these are the kind of conversions you have to make if you're the Hillman.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter whether it's the big fullback or it's the quick halfback. Somebody's got to get this 2 yards here. And if you don't, you might even think about going this early in the half.
Logelin and Grossman in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Wiggum. He didn't get it. In fact, he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
So it's 4th and 2
upcoming.
And if you're Joey, do you go for it here or do you kick it away?
Well, you can't
give him a short field.
You've got all 3 timeouts. And let's see. It looks like the Hillmen are going to go. They've got their offensive personnel remaining in the game. Hollitz at receiver. Grossman, your fullback. Logelin in there as well. And Jesse Wiggum in the wing. So they are going to go here. Let's see if they don't bark a little bit.
They're going to do the
and now they're going to go back to that pooch punt. Haswell retreats back and gets another good kick. It's going to go soaring over the head of the Colony. Let's see if this one will stop. Oh, it bounces into the end zone. So the Thunder will get the ball at the 20-yard line with 9:02 remaining, leading by a point. So high drama here in Auburn as somebody's season's going to come to an end in just over 9 minutes. The Hillmen faithful hoping to advance to the section championship game for a 4th consecutive year, and the Thunder looking to continue their undefeated run. What a game. Folks paid the money to come in here, getting a treat tonight. If you're listening online or you want to tell a friend, you can download the game Monday at KAHI.com under audio on demand. We've got every Placer football game for the entirety of the season because of
great sponsors like Auburn Ford, Keith Thomas State Farm Insurance, River Valley Community Bank, Truck Smart, and Robinson Sand and Gravel.
Smallwood and Company ready to go back out there on the field. It's going to be a handoff to Barry, and the Hillmen are there. Barry does do a good job of twisting around, though, and turning nothing into a gain of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Tackle made by Robinson. In fact, they'll put that up at the 24, Dave, so that's going to be a gain of 4 for number 22.
Well, he's finally in positive yardage again. Well, he has been all night, but it isn't a whole great deal of yardage. As you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, though, these guys do it with a running back by committee. A few guys like 400-plus yards. So you just don't know who's going to get it on any particular play.
Including on this play, they go to number 36. And the ball's out, and I think the Hillmen have jumped on it. Let's see. Big recovery by the Hillmen. Silva fumbled it, and emerging from the pile is number 23, Adrian Monroe. What a break for Placer, getting the ball inside the 25-yard line. Now the referees are out there discussing. Let's not discuss. Let's just get back on offense here, Zebras. Come on.
And there might be a late penalty coming on this as well because the Hillmen are all pointing that way.
First down, Hillmen, turnover. And let's see if there's a penalty following it. Boy,
nope, I don't see any flags down there.
Number 36 is distraught. Josh Silva, he's got those pink gloves on. He's banging on his knees knowing that he may have just put his team in a real precarious position as Placer will take over 1st and 10 at the Colony 26-yard line. 8:23 left in the game, and the Hillmen trailing by just a single point.
Let's see if momentum can switch in the Hillmen direction right now.
Haswell's going to hand it off to Wiggum, coming around the near side, looking to make a cut. Good job of open field tackling there, right there on the spot. Russo, as he's been all night, but Jess is able to pick up 2 yards.
Well, that looked like it was going to go for a lot farther, but Russo came flying across in a full body lean, just Superman his way at all 220 pounds of that junior linebacker.
Now let's not forget, Alex Bond has made a field goal from 40 yards. He went 3 of 4 last week, so he's comfortable wherever they want to get him to. Let's hope it doesn't come to that as they go to Grossman straight ahead, and Hans barreling his way forward down to the 20-yard line, gain of 4. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Actually, a 3rd and 4. Put it right between
2 for Jesse and 4 for Logan. 4 for Grossman.
So 3rd and 4, clock down to 7:30 left in the contest. Placer trailing by a point. Got to get this one right, Dave.
Clock continues to run, and they're taking a little bit of time to get this play in.
Logelin, Grossman, and Wiggum in there. Here's the snap, handed off to Hans, go to the left side, pushing those legs forward, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. Good job of Hans pushing his way down to the 17-yard line. It's going to be very close, depends on the spot.
Well, he had to get inside the 17, almost to the 16 and a half, and it's going to be just about a yard short, it looks like.
So I don't think you're in a position where you want to go with the bomber here. You want to get a 6 on the board, and I think that Haswell and company are ready to rock here on a 4th and 1 from the 17 on the near hash. Hollitz checks in at receiver, and the Hillmen ready to go. You know where this ball's going, and rightly so. Let's see if it happens. Grossman, the lone setback behind Haswell. He's going to try and bark out, get him offsides. They got him to jump, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Hillmen. Martin Haswell, as he's done all season, able to bark out that cadence to get the Thunder to jump off sides. 1st down, Hillmen.
Defense, 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Yes, indeedy.
Woohoo, Dave, that was a quality
That was a quality bark right there. And he's got the big dog of the night award right there for this Martin Haswell.
So ball at the 12-yard line following the 5-yard penalty. Fresh set of downs for the Hillmen. Split backs behind Haswell. Here's the handoff coming to Wiggum around the near side. Jess with some room. 10-5 into the end zone.
How about a little bit?
Hillmen.
Little bark followed by some bite.
Jesse Wiggum gets Placer back on top. It's 19-14, 6:13 remaining in the football game. And what a great turn of events here for the Lefevre faithful. The Auburn folks here on the hill see their team pick up a turnover by the Thunder and convert that one into 6. Let's see what they do here as far as going for 2. And they will go for 2, Dave, to make it a 21-14 contest.
You got to get the 2 here. What's it going to be? It's going to be that little fade to Jesse again coming out of the backfield that worked so well a week ago.
So you've got Groth and Grossman behind Haswell.
And Hollett's on the slant. Maybe take that defense inside and maybe find Jesse back in the back of the end zone again. Nope.
Hans
It's going to be
on the left side, pushes
I
way
think he got
forward.
it.
He's in.
Yes.
2-point conversion. 21-14. Placer with the lead. 6:18 remaining in the contest. What a thriller here in Auburn in the section semifinal. This is Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
Welcome back to the KAHI Studios. This is a Roseville Automall scoreboard update, and just one score we want to mention, and it's a shocker. In the fourth quarter, the Folsom Bulldogs are not winning. Can you believe that? Monterey Trail has a 21-17 lead on the Folsom Bulldogs. Now, back out to you for the rest of this amazing Placer Buhach Colony game.
Short 27-yard drive for the Hillmen, but it results in a touchdown and a 2, and the Hillmen now up 7 as the bomber, Alex Bond, gets ready to kick it away. And so far, so good tonight, keeping it out of the hands of the dangerous return men. And, yep, does it again.
And Alex Bond destroys this leather and puts it through the back of the end zone. That Hillman touchdown brought to you by the Man Cave. Check them out on Facebook and at 923 Lincoln Way in downtown Auburn. That kickoff brought to you by our friends at Auburn Trophies, 1221 Grass Valley Highway in the Fiddler Green Shopping Center.
Well, got to play some defense, and the clock becomes your ally for every tackle you make. Both teams with their full complement of 3 timeouts, but now,
look,
the Thunder from down under really needs to get it going.
So ball at the 20-yard line. Thunder moving from right to left, trailing. It's 21-14 Hillman. Here's the snap. It's going to go to Barry over the far side, and he kind of runs right into Evan Robinson and company. Barry's able to pick up 1. Messerall's over there as well. Boy, this Hillman linebacking core, Dave. I mean, Cardelli, Messerall, and Robinson have been just magnificent. I mean, really, I would say for almost the entirety of the season, especially starting with that O'Dowd game, they've been playing next level.
Well, this is a game of possessions of the football, and it was 5-4 in favor of the Thunder in the first half. Here in the second half, they've had it 1, 2, 3. This is their 4th possession of the second half. Hillman have already possessed it 4 times.
Same look, handed off to Ruiz over right tackle, and the Hillmen are there. Again, Evan Robinson in on the tackle, joined by Andy Alvarez on that one. He'll pick it up, he'll take it out. We'll call it a 3-yard gain there for Ruiz. Over right tackle. 3rd down and 5. Clock down to 5:20 left.
Nearly
here.
6. That's a long 5.
That it is.
Looking at the sticks.
That it is. They've got to get it up right at the 30-yard line.
Hillmen don't have their defense set quite yet.
No, they don't. Little rotation there. Christensen comes out. Callis goes in at nose tackle. Now they're going to
big
pitch
guy
it
to the
out
corner,
there,
and there he goes.
And Pastor's going to pick up the first down as he scampers out of bounds up past the 35-yard line. Make it the 37. Or 36. So that'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for the Thunder.
Every time he touches the ball, it seems that he's going for at least 11 or 12. He's got 3 carries for 11, 11, and 12, and of course that one big bomber of 96. So might be that time of the game where they decide just to go to their guy.
Well, now he's heading out of bounds. So Pastor won't be in on this play. Smallwood ready to go. O'Shea Ward back in the backfield along with Barry. Now it's going to be a handoff going to Dixon and able to jump through there. Logan Groth, what a great play as they're going to be moved back 4 yards. Groth just dove in there and took out the runner.
Yeah, Dixon's not having the best of nights. As we mentioned, -6 in the first half. How many lose on that one? Another 5?
Looks like another 5.
So he's got, he's got negative yardage for the night. Every time he touches the football, it seems to be deep in the backfield, and every time he touches it, he gets dragged down by one of the Hillmen.
Well, Groth, a quality player in his own right. He's done quite a bit of work for this Hillman defensive unit. 68 tackles coming into tonight. Now a little hesitation here on this play. Boy, he's going to pull it down. And now Grossman in pursuit of Smallwood. Smallwood tries to spin. Hans pushes him out of bounds, and he still pushes his way forward, though.
Wow, he
another
almost
yard
got
or two.
first down yardage.
That turned into a real nice play there by Oscar Smallwood. Taking it from the 31 up to the 42. So an 11-yard gain, and it'll bring up a much more manageable third down.
Yeah, third down and about 4.5, 5 right now for this first, as the clock is stopped at 4:07.
Yeah, following the out-of-bounds play. Now both teams have all 3 timeouts.
They'll need to force a turnover here, whether on downs, fumble, pick, something.
Ruiz and Berry in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Ruiz straight ahead for a first down and more heading into Hillman territory.
Same quick hitter they got the touchdown on.
Taking it from the 42 down to the Hillman 46-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 14 yards and a first and 10.
It's a quick trap inside between the guard and the tackle, and it's just opening a hole, and he is really getting a full head of steam. That's 2 now. Yeah, it looks like, ER 52. Looks like he might be cramping a little. Either that or that's a groin. If he's reaching up towards the top of that left leg, this cannot be good news for the Hillmen.
We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. Placer 21, Buhach Colony 14, 3:55 left in the contest here on KAHI.
Clayton Bonner, I think, is the guy, 53, replacing 52.
You're correct. First and 10 at the Hillman 46-yard line. Ball on the far hash. Smallwood ready to go. Split backs behind. Handed off to Ruiz, and he runs right into Noah Cardelli. He'll pick up. Boy, that's a healthy spot there for a gain of 2. And a 2nd and 8 upcoming. Of course, we've all got our eyes on the clock with 3:40. Tick, tick, tick. Placer leading by 7. But the Colony looking to tie this thing up.
Yeah,
we
I'm wondering if the Colony folks are they even kick extra points? Haven't they gone for it twice now?
That they have. All right, so Berry and Ruiz behind. Now you've got Pastor back in there. Handed off to Ruiz straight ahead. He gets past. Well, no, good job holding on to his ankle by the Hillman defender. That's Cardelli, but he is able to take it to the 40. So a 4-yard gain will bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Clock running towards 3 minutes, and let's just call it T-minus 3 minutes and counting here on the hill.
What a game. You knew that they were going to come up. Look, you don't go undefeated through the regular season and in your league unless you're a quality team, and they have been quite the opponent tonight. Have the Buhach Colony Thunder. No slouch there. Let's see if the Placer D's up to the task here on a 3rd and 4. Smallwood back in the pistol. They're going to hand it off to Pastor around the far side, looking to set up his block. He does. He's got a first down and more. Now he's going into the end zone. Pastor goes 40 yards over the left side for the touchdown. The Thunder an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boy, Dave, I mean, just the strides. You could tell this
that
kid
time
is
he
next
looked
level.
like he wanted the corner. Earlier tonight, he was loping to the corner that time. He made the corner, put that foot down, and when he cut it up the field, there was nobody going to get him, and he was just gone. Of course, the advantage there for the Hillmen is he left 2:37 on the clock.
That he did, and Placer has all 3 timeouts now.
And here comes the big play of the night so far. They're going for 2 again, it looks like.
All right, so you've got Pastor and Berry here on the near side. The center's by himself there in the middle of the field with Smallwood awaiting the snap, and now they will get a little more traditional here. And now they've got the kicker in there too. 34's in there. They are going to go for the extra point, tie this thing up.
And unfortunately, Evan Robinson isn't then there to penetrate and get that block.
Good snap.
He missed it.
He missed it. It went wide left. Mendoza missed the kick. The Hillmen hold on to a 21-20 lead. 2:37 remaining in the game. Boy, that's a straight shank. There was no Hillman defender there. He just shanked it. Mendoza with an opportunity to tie it up for his club. That might end up costing him the game. Oh, what a terrible time for a critical error. Now, he was 30 of 34 coming into tonight, Dave, but that is one you'll remember the rest of your life if you lose this football game.
It's one of those situations. You really want to run that swinging gate. You've got everybody out there. Why not just come out in traditional, set up, know who you're supposed to block, instead of having to put the pressure on the guy to maybe kick it before the time ran out on a 32nd. Who knows? All we know is that he didn't make it, and the Hillmen have been very fortunate with other teams' misses and blocks in some critical big games, especially in the section rounds.
All right,
wow.
So here's the situation. We've got 2:37 left in the game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Placer holding on to a 1-point lead. And all they've got to do basically is get a few first downs. But we still got plenty of time left. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, as Mendoza has to come right back in there and kick it off. We'll see what they try, or if they try to squib it or do something kind of wonky here to try and get the ball back early.
Onside here.
And it is going to be the onside kick. It didn't go 10 yards. They touched it before. It did not go 10 yards. There's the penalty flag.
Are everywhere.
The Colony coaches think they've got it, but it's going to be a penalty because they touched it 8 yards after it was kicked off.
Yeah, they kind of tried to push it along to get it to that 10.
So the Hillmen are going to have the ball. They can back them up again. I would just take it right there.
We want the football. Let's see what the referee's going to actually say. Now, arguments aside, they're not going to win this one, and this is going to be a penalty against them. It's going to be Hillman football, or it should be. Are they going to give a chance to kick it again? I thought they could decline this. So they're going to get another shot at it, it looks like. So the Hillmen can't take possession of the ball because they didn't get it.
Yeah, they have to take the offside penalty.
They decline it, they give it back to them.
Right, so back it up now to the 35-yard line. And, of course, Placer will be prepared for this one. Not much leg on that ball anyway. Let's see if they try it again.
Well, no, he just tried to roll that big 10 yards. And the Hillmen were going to let it go, which is the bad thing to do. You got to get somebody on that football.
All right, so
that was a really good onside kick, by the way. Good tumbler that he had going.
And they're going to try it again. It bounces right into the awaiting arms of the Hillmen, who will have excellent field position. All they got to do is run this clock out. Austin Hollitz with the ball. 1st and 10, Placer at the 49-yard line of the Thunder. And the Hillmen 2:35 away from heading to their 4th consecutive section championship matchup. Let's see if they can get it done here. Don't forget Buhach Colony with all 3 timeouts. So if they can force a 3 and out, they can get the ball back with time.
Well, this is when you lean on that offensive line. That's your key to your team. You hope that Christensen and the boys can just make enough of a crease to get a few downs. They're going to call timeouts on just about after every play, especially on a stop here.
Haswell up under center, handed off to Wiggum across the near side. Jess drags the defender with him after he picks up 2 yards down to the 47. And it looks like they will take their first timeout. We'll take it with them. 21-20 Placer, 2:28 left in this section semi here on KAHI. 2:28 left in the contest. 2nd and 8 for the Hillmen at the 43-yard line of the Thunder. Placer needs to get a first down, maybe just one more first down to finish this thing off, but still plenty of time remaining. Handed off to Wiggum, coming around the near side. He's got some room, the edge, and a first down and more. 40-30, out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Jesse Wiggum with a 17-yard burst and a first down for the Hillmen near the red zone. Well done, Jess.
I would like to see Jesse turn that back into the field and get tackled in bounds, so the clock will start immediately upon placement of the ball. Instead, it'll be on the snap with 2:21 to go, but the Hillmen deep now in Colony territory.
You know, by the way, Dave, you mentioned Robinson earlier. Noah Cardelli's in there playing left guard, so Evans not in the contest after what we thought may have been cramps. Handed off to Hans going straight ahead. Grossman pushes his way forward for a yard, and now they're probably going to be forced to take a timeout. Let's see what they do. And they do take it. We'll take it with them. 21-20, Hillmen with the lead, looking to close it out here on Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
This is Noah Cardelli, class of 2021, linebacker, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
As we mentioned, going to break, Cardelli's in there for Robinson. Evans having a seat on the bench, talking to the trainer. I mean, he's got his helmet off, but he's got his head up, which is a good sign. Here it's 2nd down and 9 for the Hillmen. Ball at the 25-yard line on the near hash. Placer moving from right to left, looking to close out this section semifinal against a very, very good opponent tonight, the Buhach Colony Thunder. Coach
Yeah,
Montoya went out
I was
there.
going to say, this is how critical this play is. Montoya was in the middle of that huddle during the timeout, and he's slowly sauntering off the field now, hoping he's pulled some more magic out of his hat.
Grossman and Wiggum behind, handed off to Jess, coming around the near side, and Jesse's going to have a pretty nice gain. He'll take it for 1, 2,
And they burned
3.
that last timeout.
And they will take it a timeout. So Wiggum with a 3-yard gain, 2:08 remaining, and another timeout. One more timeout with them. 21-20 Placer. Back with the conclusion here on KAHI in moments. (21-20). Placer with the lead, 3rd and 7. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Thunder. And Buhach Colony has burned all their timeouts. So if the Hillmen can pick this thing up, it's victory formation time upcoming, but still a lot of work to do. You've got Groth and Grossman behind. Haswell's going to try and get him to jump, and now Placer will burn a timeout. And we'll keep it right here.
I thought they might do that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's tell you about what we're going to do post-game. We'll hand out our Mel's Diner player of the game. That player is going to get a $25 gift card, and you're going to win too, because you can stop by Mel's tonight or tomorrow night. Bring your ticket from the Placer High football game and get 10% off your order at Mel's Diner, Highway 49 and Luther Road in beautiful Auburn. Monterey Trail continues to lead Folsom 21-14. That game in the 3rd quarter. Oak Ridge put a little more space between them, 35-21 over Indercombe. Elk Grove leading Cosumnes Oaks 21-17 3rd quarter. Whitney and Jesuit will get it on tomorrow afternoon. As Tarek mentioned, Manteca and Cap Christian's a little closer. I believe he said that the Buffs were within 6.
Yes.
The Buffs were up 6.
Yeah, the Buffs were up 6, correct?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Manteca 20 and Capital Christian 14.
There we go. And Tarek will have a full scoreboard for you in the post game.
Big play right here.
Big play right here, though. 3rd down and 7, split backs behind. Handed off to Grossman, going straight ahead, and Hans is able to take it down to the 20, but that's not going to be what they needed.
Yeah, clock continues to run, though.
But 3-yard
run this
game.
thing all the way down to a minute and a half if you want to.
Absolutely. So it's going to
And
be
maybe run another play on 4th down. It'll stop on switches possessions. So what'd you give Hans on that one? 4?
No, I gave him 3.
3. So he's up to 120 on the night.
It's going to be a full 4. I mean, a full 4.
To get the first.
I don't think the Hillmen are bringing in the bomber to take the 4-point lead.
No, not after that first one was blocked.
Well, now Coach Rodarti's running down to talk with Montoya to figure out exactly what they want to do. The Hillmen can burn a timeout too if they need to.
Yeah, they will.
a
They'll
little
burn
bit.
it right about the 130 mark, I would think. If they're going to burn it at all, or just take the penalty. Push them back 5 yards, and there it is. So they call the timeout.
We'll take it with them. 21-20, a huge 4th down. Biggest one of the season on the other side of the break here on Friday Night Football in the Foothills.
This is Adrian Monroe, class of 2020, cornerback, and you're listening to Friday Night Football in the Foothills on KAHI.
Because as soon as they get tackled.
1 minute, 24 seconds left in the contest. Hillman 4th and 5, ball at the Thunder 20-yard line. Buhach Colony, no timeouts remaining, so if the Hillmen can get this first down, they will win this football game. Haswell ready to go. Grossman behind, handed off to Wiggum around the near side. He's got the block and he's got room. 10, 5. No, drop down. Jesse knew what to do. He goes right back to the middle of the field. That's
play
it.
by
That's
Jesse
going to win it
Wiggum.
for the Hillmen. Great heads-up alert play by Wiggum.
Took it down to what, the 4? From the 20, a 14-yard gain?
Yeah, that's going to be a 16-yard gain down to the 4. Wiggum had the presence of mind to not go into the end zone. Instead, he drops to the ground. And now we've got an injured Thunder player on the ground, but as soon as this clock starts running, this football game's over. And the Placer Hillmen are heading to the section championship game once again.
Wow.
What a night.
What a call.
What a call.
Run by Jesse Wiggum.
And what a great job by Hans Grossman getting out there, just creating a little bit of room in the lane for him. Jess said, I'm not going into the end zone. I know what's going on in this game. Let me get back to the middle of the field.
I'm watching Jesse Wiggum, and I'm seeing he should be wearing a 22 with kind of like black and blue on him, looking like Mr. Everything for the Panthers right now. He's got the Christian McCall thing going totally tonight. Oh, my goodness. What a run by Jesse.
Look in the box when you open it up. They've got it written out there.
What a run by Mr. Wiggum. Been my favorite since the first time I saw him touch the football, and no finer kid to get that big first down. Manteca still leading against Cap Christian. opponent for the Hillmen next week after this kneel down to be determined. With a minute to 14 to go, they kicked a couple of knees, and this baby's over. What a ball game tonight.
Heck of a football game here. The section's got to be pleased with the turnout, with the effort by both clubs, and the Placer Hillmen are going to hold on, and they will go to play for the Sac Joaquin Section Championship for the 4th year in a row, the 2nd year in a row at the Division III level, and they earned this one. It took blood, guts, sweat, tears, and more, and the Hillmen are just a couple of knees away from calling it a night, and we'll be coming to you from a site to be determined on Thanksgiving weekend, as Placer's going to be taking on either Manteca or Capital Christian, looking to take home the banner once again here in the Sac Joaquin section. What a great job as Coach Montoya and Coach Rodardi embrace on the sidelines. A great game all around, and we're one knee away from Placer moving on. I'm sure this will be the most pleasant kneel down Martin Haswell's had all year.
No butt fumbles.
Yeah, no butt fumbles. And that's it. That'll do it. Our final from Lefevre Stadium. An excellent football game sees the Placer Hillmen, the 2 seed, defeat the 3 seed, previously undefeated no more. Buhach Colony goes home. It's 21-20 our final. This is Friday Night Football in the Foothills. Back with a recap in minutes.
There's no doubt about who our player of the game is tonight. That would be number 7 on your scorebook, number 1 in my heart. Jesse Wiggum had a McCaffrey-like game tonight. 16 carries, 89 yards, none bigger than that 17-yarder to put them in touchdown, or I should say kneel-down position at the end of that game. Caught one for 47 yards through the air for the touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown scamper on the 3rd possession of the second half for the Hillmen. No doubt in my mind, Jesse Wiggum is our Mel's Diner player of the game.
Jesse's getting himself a $25 gift card to head over to Mel's. You're going to get yourself 10% off your food order tonight or tomorrow. Just bring your ticket stub from the Placer football game over there. Tell Tony KAHI Radio sent you, and you'll get 10% off your entire meal tonight or tomorrow at Mel's, Highway 49 and Luther Road.
We talked about possessing the football being a key to this game. 5 possessions to 4 in the first half, 4 to 5, so it evened up. 9 apiece for the total game. That's 9 possessions aside. That's how good of a football game this was tonight. And the Hillmen, of course, in the second half, 1 pass. That was on that first drive of the 3rd quarter, went for 9 yards, but they ended up turning the ball over on that drive. Didn't score until, the 3rd drive of the second half. And when you only have 5, to get one of those scores is great. Great kicking by Bond, eliminating that return game completely tonight by booming him through the end zone after that first one that he gave him inside the field. But that still was deep field possession, starting at their own 37. That was the 2nd best field position of the night. 3rd best field possession of the night, with the exception of the fumble by Grossman, a rarity in and of itself. I think is that Hans's first fumble in the entire season?
Well, there was the fumble against Cardinal Newman on that bad pitch.
That's right, but that you can't really.
I don't really blame him on either. I mean, Dave, let's just talk about this from a fan standpoint. I mean, we're football nerds first and broadcasters second. How enjoyable was the last 48 minutes of football here at the Lefevre Stadium? I mean, that is a game for the ages. That is a battle. That's a game that had to be won, taken by somebody, and it was taken by the Placer Hillmen, who will now move on to the section championship. Well, let us give a shout out to everybody involved. Greg Turner doing a great job spotting for us. Dan Wilson doing the PA. Of course, Mark Lee should be very proud of this athletic program and what they've built here. 8 years in a row in the league championship, 4 years in a row in the section championship. There's really only one other school in the entire area that can rival that.
Is that those guys that play in the blue field?
Yeah, that's that team down there at Folsom who's had quite a powerhouse too. But as far as medium-sized schools, really no comparison to what the Placer Hillmen have been able to achieve since Joey Montoya arrived here 12 years ago. It has just been a pleasure covering this team, and this effort tonight is one that we will certainly put in our memory banks and hold dearly on nights when maybe our pro teams lose.
Such a fulfilling victory to get the 1-point win and to do it late again. And again, a kicking error by the opposing team gives the Hillmen just enough to get on by, which is just fantastic. Hey, we'll take a win any way we can. 1 point in Salinas, 1 point here, a couple points last week. Doesn't matter as long as you're on the
winning side. Yes.
Thank you. The
now,
winning side of the ball.
For our engineer, Brad Smith, junior engineer, Lila, my broadcast partner, Dave Rosenthal, I'm Casey Freelove. The final score here from the Sac Joaquin Section Division III semifinal, Placer Hillmen 21, Buhach Colony Thunder 20. Let's send it back to the studio with Tariq Ansari. Everybody drive safe, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the title game next weekend.